We own the back top, we own the fire. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the road. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fists might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fire. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fists might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fire. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fists might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fire. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fists might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fire. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fists might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We on the back top, we on the fight. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We on the back top, we on the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fists might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes.
All right, guys, we are live right here on the Highline Racing Network, and I'll be your broadcaster tonight, Tommy Rogers. Well, anyways, we're at Michigan, and we have filled up quick. We are now, looks like we got room for one more driver, and that's going to max us out tonight. Where are we at? We are just shy of the 30-minute mark, and we are one driver short. So this is outstanding. We got to practice for 55 minutes, followed by 5 minutes of for a qualifier, and then we'll move right into the race. But before that, we got quite a bit of stuff for you that we're going to show and kick out for you guys on the pre-race show. That is well, we're live in it right now, baby. So anyways, we're looking for anybody that's out there listening. It looks like we got 7 viewers. Give us that audio check, if you don't mind. Looks like I see, wow, we got quite a few drivers in here. I see Drift from the Masters of the Draft. We're going to try to get eyes on him. Yeah, this guy's sitting here in the 14 car representing MOTD, showing 29 on track, but 14 on his Drift King car. That is Jacob Gladeluch. And but everybody calls him Drift, and I probably just chewed up his last name, but I can tell you right now from experience, losing to this man, he will come out, he will run hard, he'll be up front, given there's not too many wrecks, given that he's able to actually get there and no bad luck. He can compete with the best of them. He's definitely a driver that can compete with the dark horse drivers, given he has help. So we're going to keep looking around the track, and we're going to see if we catch eyes on any of the Torque Wrench Motorsport guys like Scott Wise or anybody from the Masters of the Draft League. See if we see if he potentially has some help. But we're going to bounce around as we go around here like we always do. We're going to bounce around track and see what we got for drivers out here tonight. See in the chat, we've already got somebody cheering on for Tyler Gothard. We will definitely get eyes on him. You guys know the deal. If somebody comes in chat shouting out for a driver, we're going to show love and we're going to find them. So bouncing around, there we got Tyler Gothard there in the 19 Lucas car. Tyler's been in, I believe, a couple of these races now, and he's definitely a good driver. We're going to bounce around over here and take a look at Easton Collins. Still hoping to get a radio check. Make sure the comms are coming through good for you guys. If you don't mind, please let me know. I would appreciate it. right. Sorry about that. I was just sending out a quick message to some of the guys. Let them know, like, hey, man, let me get that comms check quick and early. I'm not going to do an entire pre-race show with my mic not operational. But there we go with Easton Collins. He's coming back now for, I believe, his second race. We're going to move around, though. Let's go check out Craig Martin. Craig Martin, also a MOTD driver, as well as an All-American Cup driver. We've gotten a few drivers from the All-American Cup, but we've really tried to get some of the All-American Cup guys to come out. But outside of Craig Martin, I do believe he's the only guy that runs from the All-American Cup that's shown up for a Highline race. There might be a few that have tried, but like I said, if you don't get here quick, it's going to be too late. And we're not 30 minutes. We're 30 minutes into this, and this lobby's full. So with that, we're going to bounce around, though. We're going to check out Eli Zalo. See if we can't figure out where he might be from or his team name. Currently, he's a free agent. Checking out John Petrozelli. And moving on. We got an indication that comms are good, so we appreciate that. Evan Perry in the 72 car. Checking out Larkin Wyatt there in the 30 Snap-on car. Good to see Larkin out here. Still moving along, trying to stay on pace. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff going on today. Eric Hayden out here representing AWR there in the 100 car with the Highline across the door. Appreciate the love, Eric Hayden. Brandon Showers is in here tonight. Brandon Showers, son of Randy Showers. So those two guys are top-notch drivers. And then with their on-again, off-again affiliations with Dark Horse, they're going to be somebody to really watch. And Brandon Showers is a top-notch driver. So is his father, Randy Showers. And I do believe we got a fan for Randy Showers tonight, which we'll see here in a little bit. Back over here one more time, looking at Tyler Gothard here. We do have fans already in the chat cheering on Tyler. Tyler will be out here in the blue Lucas 19 car. We'll keep eyes on him. And we're going to move along. Check out Caden Gulo. Caden out here in the 62. Some kind of picture you got there with that wild cat there, Caden. But we're good to see you out here. Good to have you. Hope you stick around. Come back next week. Moving on to John Miles. John Miles representing S&M iRacing Motorsports in the 69. Looking here, John Miles is currently in 18th place in the league with 128 points. Not bad. He's in the top 25. Got James Riley out here in the 155 butt kicker car. I really like those teal and white color cars. They are something else for me. I don't know, just something about them. I really like it. Check it out, chat now. I see we got another Isabel Pena fan there. We got some shout outs for him, so we'll see if we can't get eyes on him here shortly. We got the 58 out here and Justin Lee Pearson in the iRacing Lounge podcast car. Just spent the evening last night racing with quite a few of the iRacing Lounge podcast guys, and Chris Waldron, Bobby Jonas, Justin Gurley, a lot of those guys, man. And we had a good race. We were running in the S&M iRace Motorsport race that races pretty much every day of the week outside of Sunday at this time. But they go off at 9 o'clock Eastern every single night for the most part. So check out S&M iRacing Motorsports. Oh, see, we got Evan Perry. Evan Perry there. He's the CEO of SMT Racing there in the 72 car. I'm getting some predictions, I should say, that they're saying they believe that relatively new driver Aaron Trebig is going to win the pole tonight. So they're confident in his ability here at Michigan. So let's take a look at Aaron there in the 26. Still representing the M&M car. Eventually, I would assume Evan Perry's going to see if he can't talk him into running an SMT scheme. But we're going to bounce around. We still got a few more drivers to take a look at. We got the voice of Highline. We got Jimmy, the Jet Sagridu. He'll be administering all the rules. And it'll be primary race control outside of if one of our admins decides they want to race control. But for the most part, he's the boss hoss running the race, as well as his Toronto number 21 AWR car. Appreciate all the help you give us, Jim. You are the man. We couldn't do it without you. Checking out fellow teammate of Jim Sagrido, jumping over to see Brian Hayes. Got Brian Hayes there with Highline across the hood in a 47 AWR car out of Stafford Township, New Jersey. All right. We got Nick Bauman. Nick Bauman there in the 88 National Guard car up high, right behind the 09 of Sean Stamper. Nick Bauman's a dark horse driver, currently in second place in the standings, right behind fellow dark horse driver Juan Escamilla. Juan Escamilla currently has got 284 points, and Nick Bauman's at 238 with Trevor Haley at 231, rounding out that top three. We had that shout out for Isabel. Isabel's also out here in a M&M's car. Apparently we got Aaron with SMT across the bumper, so we might try to get a shot of that here in a bit. But first, we're going to go check out Andrew Ford. Andrew Ford there in the Rainbow DuPont 32 car. Good to see Andrew out here. Jerry Fassett's in the house. Jerry Fassett, another AWR driver in the 71. Also runs Blind Squirrel Media. Blind Squirrel Media does a lot of work for S&M, Highline Racing. Pushed out a lot of cool little videos. They also have a dirt league. You can join all that right through the Highline Racing Discord. Definitely reach out to Jerry Fassett if you're looking for any work from Blind Squirrel Media, or if you want to join the dirt league. We got Ricky Miles creeping and crawling out here, coming out of the pits. Ricky Miles is co-CEO of S&M iRacing Motorsports. Always good to see him out here. Looking at the list here, we've got Randy Schweitzer and Jamie Shaw. They are registered, not on track at the moment, but they are also S&M, so S&M represented. James Smith looks like he's here tonight, as well as new driver James Wood. James Wood hasn't quite been on just yet, but we're going to take a look real quick at Matthew Brown before we get going, because we're going to end up having to start moving into one of our promos for GB22 Designs. GB22 Designs is ran by Joe Wells. Joe Wells has done real-life Arkham Menards car for Brayton Laster that's currently on NASCAR 25, the video game. as well as Blaine Perkins. He's done 2 Blaine Perkins cars in real life for the Xfinity series. So he also makes some of the most badass liveries for cars on iRacing that I've ever seen. He's not expensive. He's very generous with how he does it. He can put the design you so desire that he make or you want across multiple different cars, so you have matching cars. And at the end of the day, not everybody can say, hey, I got a car done by a professional that also does real Xfinity drivers and ARCA Menard drivers. I mean, it's actually pretty cool to have that in common with some of those guys. So if you're looking for any work, paint liveries or anything like that, search up GB22 Designs on Facebook and or Joe Wells on Trading Paints. And speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump to our promo for GB22 Designs. Hope you enjoy.
Red, white, and blue, stars in their eyes, under the heat of the summer skies. Chrome heart beauty's a dangerous smile, making this whole damn thing worthwhile. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back tie, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fists might fly when the tension breaks.
Yes, sir. That was a little montage video real quick of GB22 Designs and some of the work that they've done. So definitely reach out to Joe Wells of GB22 Designs if you're looking to have any liveries done. And if you do and you run that paint across a Highline racing broadcast, make sure you let me know in advance. I will do everything I can to make sure you get some extended exposure, I'll say, of that car by Joe Wells. Currently on screen, though, we're taking a look here at Randy Showers, who's an affiliate driver with Dark Horse Racing, but currently out here teamed up with his son, Brandon Showers. So these are some top-notch guys. As looking at the overall driving standings right now, Randy Showers is currently in the 8th position with 183 points, right behind Timothy Tyler. Looking around, we're going to check out Shane Loveridge. I think this might be Shane's first time with us. I do believe this is Shane Loveridge's first time with us. They're in the 720. Good to see him out here. We got John Gurley in here. John Gurley is another one of those guys we was talking about earlier from the iRacers Lounge podcast. So it is great to see more and more of the iRacer Lounge podcast guys showing up for the Highline race. Like I said, we support the iRacer Lounge podcast. We like watching. Heck, one day we hope to be invited to maybe talk or on the show, participate in something. I don't know. We just love it, and Highline wants to be a part as much as we can as we grow. And network bouncing around. Still got a little bit more time. We're gonna check out. Let's see. Let's check out James Wood. James Wood again. James Wood's a new driver. He reached out today after he found some stuff on one of the iRacing pages on Facebook, and was interested in getting involved, and here he is, just like that. We've got number 40 out here on track. Good to see you out here, James. Keep coming back, man. We'll get you put on the show. We got Jerry Bergeron out here as well. Jerry Bergeron also been driving quite a bit in the S&M iRacing Motorsports Series. I think I've driven with him for close to a year. Pretty well versed on how he drives. He tends to run up front for a good portion of races at times. So we wish him all the luck again tonight as one of our friends that supports our other friends that all run the S&M series. We got Gary out here. I'm not even going to attempt that last name. Not going to happen. We got some Sean Stamper fans in here and a Drift King fan. So we're hopping over. We're going to check out Drift. There's Drift again. We got Drift representing the Masters of the Draft series with Torque Wrench Motorsports. Always good seeing him. We got James Smith. James Smith. James Smith is the CEO of S&M iRacing Motorsports right there in the number one. But on track tonight, he'll be represented by 35. Got into the race a little bit late. We tried to tell you, James, you got to hit these quick, man, if you want to get your number. Well, we're going to kick it off now. We're going to head over and we're going to show you guys episode 6 from this week. Episode 6 aired Christmas Eve. So this episode obviously will have the Christmas theme going with it. And we hope you guys enjoy in case you missed it this week.
Welcome back to Highline. I hope y'all are ready for this one. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Highline for this Christmas special. Sin City was something for the ages indeed. Ethan Moreno took everything, and I mean everything. Well, other than the first stage. And apparently, he has some choice words for his teammate. But before we get into all that, we are going to meet Brazilian national soccer team superstar, turned Highline racer, Justin Lee Pearson.
Out of love for sport as a whole, I became the world's first man with the blood of both Cena and Pelé. But I play this game for my wife, because I want to be cool. Everything else is for Dale. Do it for Dale, baby. Bora, Bora.
Let's see how Nick Bauman won stage 1 and how the Bear was robbed of the perfect race.
With the Bear still leading the way with Trevor Haley right behind him. But Trevor Haley's making a move on the inside. Gets close, but not enough. As we're now coming to... Oh, we got him in the wreck. We got a wreck. Who's pulling it down? It looks like Nicholas Bauman, after all of that, is going to pull the stage win.
Report. Wreck.
Wow.
10-4. These flash crashes, I've had no idea what's going on.
We are going to go back
All
and
right.
watch because we were not expecting to see the leader get involved in something right there. At quarter speed, as we're watching here, we know Ethan looks like he slides across the bumper just a little closer than maybe he thought he was. And as a result, it throws Ethan slightly out of control there and in turn ends up in the wall. Looks like Trevor Haley gets a little bit of damage in the wall as well.
Let's see stage 2, but first we have to pay the bills. Check out Hot Dog Soup.
Hot dog soup is what keeps me on the high line. It really takes a certain kind of dude to chance it up there. Myself and real men eat hot dog soup. Order yours today and spoon your dogs tomorrow. That's right, we are fast. Hot Diggity Doggity fast.
Ugh, that was gross. But whatever, let's check out how stage 2 went down.
This is unbelievable. We're here, and he has led 22 laps. But now Trevor,
out.
oh my goodness, there
How
it
you doing,
is.
bud?
He just got it. As the stage caution is out, and Ethan Fonseca Moreno is going to take that.
Nope. That sounds nasty. But let's get down to the Bears' interview, as we expect he will address the media regarding getting shafted out of the perfect race.
Pole, most laps led, fastest lap, second stage, and the win. I was due a DHR bonus for the perfect race, so I know Trevor is out here doing Tim's dirty work, so I don't get paid. That was $1 million, bro, and I was in the lead with my teammate behind me. For stage 1 and the perfect race. I don't know, I might swing on somebody, I may never have that opportunity again. No more questions. I'm going to dinner with my homie Jerry Rice.
Uh-oh, guess who has the blooper scenes from Cato's hot dog soup commercial? Take a look.
Ah, gross. Are you serious? My brand new suit is ruined.
The Bear of Dark Horse dominated the entire race and proved he is the superior driver. Check out the finish.
Lee Pearson right behind him with Sandy Curtis right there at third. White flag is out. This is going to be it. This is for all the marbles. Can Justin Lee Pearson, does he have anything in him? Does Sandy Curtis, can these guys team up together right now to take down the Bear? Well, we will see as they're coming out of 3. Heading to 4. And it is over. Wow, it looks like once again, Ethan Moreno is going to take the checkered flag.
DHR's Escamilla, Bauman, and Haley take the top 3 spots.
Eric Hayden of AWR drops to 4th, and CCH's Corey Cook rounds out the top 5.
That's going to wrap up stats for today. From all of us at Highline, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Red, white, and blue, stars in their eyes, under the heat of the summer skies. Chrome heart beauty's a dangerous smile.
All right. Well, that was episode 6, where we got to see AWR's driver, Zach Cato, with his new commercial for hot dog soup. I just love the blooper scene, man. That's all I can say. But yeah, absolutely. We hope you guys enjoyed that. We like to get the drivers, that are gonna, participate on a regular basis in the show. So by all means, if you start running with us, you start running on a regular basis, you're gonna see yourself in here, man. Definitely will. Well, speaking of which, we got quite a few drivers tonight that have fans. So we're gonna jump around and we're gonna see a couple of these guys' fans. Hope you guys enjoyed as we went down earlier and got down into the grandstands and all that and met with some of the fans and got some interviews. I'm blabbing. Let's get down there so you guys can check it out.
Love Scuttles in the S&M 75 Reliable IT Solutions car.
Why?
For the color of the car, duh. No, seriously, because they secured my network for my salon and because my boyfriend is an AWR fan. Oh no, girls, look, those skanks with the LNG flag are coming this way. Great. Let's jack that flag and show them what SMT is all about. Yeah. No! No, get away! It's our flag!
Look, man, we are about to start doing whatever it takes to get the 5 on the podium. We are here to see Randy Showers get his first win of the season.
Randy!
Watch me wiggle, watch me jiggle. I'm the king now. You just a little. Watch me wiggle, watch me jiggle. I'm the king now.
All right, so we got to see a Dave Scott fan. We also got to see Randy Showers. Nevertheless, I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're wrapping up qualification right here, as we've got about 3 more minutes left before it's actual go time. We'll hop around here for a little bit, take a look at a few of these cars as they're coming around, as we're currently on Ricky Miles. Ricky Miles, crew chief there, said that he's willing to do whatever it takes to get Ricky Miles onto the podium, he said. And he just so happened to be carrying a NOS box there, so I'm not quite sure what Ricky Miles got going on, but Ricky, you got busted once. It's just a game. We're just having fun. We've made some previous videos in the past picking on Ricky Miles with the NOS. Much love to the Jet, Ricky Miles. Got Justin Lee Pearson there. Justin Lee Pearson also represented in this past week's episode, as Justin Lee Pearson as a Brazilian national soccer star, currently on the Brazilian national team, running with Highline Racing Network tonight, also representing the iRacers Lounge podcast. But we are coming to the conclusion here, as we're going to have to get this going. It's national anthem time, fellas. Before you know it, green flag will be dropping.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, we are back. National anthem is complete, so we're pretty much all set for the green flag. We'll be running here tonight at the Michigan International Speedway. It's a 2-mile D-shaped oval, 18-degree banking in the turns, 1 and 2 that is, with a 14-degree bank in 3 and 4. That front stretch really widens out. You got to remember, that thing is 73 feet wide. And A lot of people don't realize this, but it is considered to be the fastest track in all of NASCAR. Well, the cars are gridding up. This is going to be a wild one tonight, guys. We're really hoping that people are going to really adjust for the speed and the track. They're going to lift going into the turns. They're going to be hoping to have some give and take here. You got to remember, this is a 75 lap race with stage 1 at lap 25, stage 2 at lap 50. In addition to that, if you're not familiar with the format, the caution is not going to come out on just every time there's a wreck. What we've done here is we've allotted every driver to have 3 fast repairs for their cars. In addition to that, at the stage, every car that's a lap down will be permitted to go around the track and get those laps back on their own accord. So with that said, it's their responsibility to pay attention to that. It's their responsibility to get to the high side, call it out as they're passing other drivers, get those laps back, get back in the grid as we get ready to go back green, and they'll be on the lead lap. And we'll allot for that every time there's a caution. The first 2 cautions will be at lap 25 and lap 50. So we'll have quite a few guys that are involved in wrecks. Those guys will all get their laps back. And then after that, that's probably somebody's question. Like, okay, well, what about after lap 50? Well, at that point, we'll go 5 laps of green flag racing in between each caution. Look at these beautiful cars coming off pit road right here. There's Drift in the Drift King car. Saw 58. Jerry Bergeron. Jerry Fassett, Aaron Trebig, Eric Hayden. Well, these guys are going around a track, so let's get a tell of what our grid is actually looking like. So we got, started out, we got Gary in the 41 leading the pole with Nick Bauman, Timothy Tyler of Dark Horse, Craig Martin, Logan Wilson, Brandon Hinton, Trevor Haley, Matthew Brown, Tyler Gothard, Larry Eddy, Mark Jackson, Raul Alvis, Eli Zilo, Corey Cook, Jacob Drift, Gladeluch, Larkin Wyatt, Sean Stamper of S&M iRacing Motorsports, Brandon Showers, son of Randy Showers on track as well tonight, Michael Gurich, James Wood, Andrew Ford, James Smith of S&M, John Progioli, Justin Lee Pearson, and Jerry Bergeron. That's going to round out your top 5. And we missed the start of the race, but they are off. We got to get our stuff together. These guys are going quick. Nick Bauman in 2nd place. Right there on Gary. Nick trying to take the high side. Craig Martin and Brandon Hinton look like they're starting to catch back up with. We've got an additional number 5 out there in the Energizer car. So we got 2 5s on the track tonight and Ricky Miles. Nick Bauman really got a big lift right there as he took the high side and dropped that down to the bottom right in front of the 78. So far, the pack's looking pretty good. We're going to jump around and take a look at some of these guys. Got Trevor Haley here, also of Dark Horse. Larkin Wyatt currently 21st. Nick Bauman of Dark Horse still out front leading the way. Got the fans out there yelling for Sean Stamper. Sean Stamper there in the 09. We had to get eyes on this Sean Stamper car. That sucker looks awesome. Sitting on James Smith currently. James Smith currently in 18th. He's up 4 spots. Matthew Brown there. Matthew Brown in the 9 Coke car. Being represented by 23. Oh, and he's into the wall there. Looks like he's holding it. Larry Eddy right there by him in the 4. As we see back over on the leaders here, it looks like Gary has regained the lead over Nick Bauman. These guys might be trading off here as they're flying through Michigan. It's like Ricky Miles went off track. Got a few guys it looks like that have pitted. Not exactly sure. We didn't get an indication of a wreck. Over here on Raul Alvis, currently in 7th place. Started out 12th, up 5 spots. These guys are on, leaders are currently on lap 7. Got eyes on the 28 right there in the Ford with Brandon Showers. Bouncing around, we got Timothy Tyler, CEO of Dark Horse. He fell back significantly from start of the race at 25th. Taking a look here. Now moving on to Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson started 11th. He dropped back a little, back to 15th. But it looks like these guys are in the full swing of this race so far. Pretty clean. A few doors getting hit. A few guys scrubbing the wall. Nothing too serious. Isabel Pena back here. He's sitting in 26th position. There in the 48 M&M car, right behind, looks like James Smith. Taking a look here at Easton Collins, newer driver in the 63. We got word that Aaron Trebig would be in the top 10 along with Tyler Gothard for sure, according to the chat. We got a fan in the chat here talking about Timothy Tyler, so we'll definitely get eyes on Timothy Tyler again here in a bit. But first, we're going to check out William Daniels. William Daniels really climbing the chart here. Up 16 spots there in the 33 Mobil 1. Looks like Nick Bauman has dropped back significantly. He might be looking to pit potentially early with some of his teammates, as we're currently on Gary there and represented on track by 41, but in the 78 car tonight. We're going to let you guys check out the Crank It Up here just for a little bit. Hope you guys enjoyed the Crank It Up, man. I really enjoy the Crank It Up cams. Still a lot of support in the chat for Tyler Gothard here. Tyler Gothard there in the Lucas Oil 19. He's making the push, they say. Currently in 6th place. We got eyes on. Looks like we got one car heading down pit road. Tyler there with the 4 right behind him. Corey Cook just up there in front of him in the 5th in the 61. Corey Cook, the only CCH driver I know of in the league. Corey Cook, if you're listening at some point, make sure you let us know if you got any other teammates out here. Corey Cook currently running right there behind Matthew Brown. Craig Martin there running 2nd. Not quite sure. But it looks like these guys are really struggling to maintain speed to keep up with Gary, as Gary's heading down into pit road. Let's see if he ends up having any issues. He's pitting by himself. I don't know that that's going to be a blessing or not. More than likely it's going to slow him down significantly coming out. It's Tyler Gothard currently in the lead, as he has not pitted yet, but more than likely will be pitting here momentarily, if not this lap alone. It does look like he's coming into pit road. Let's see if he makes it in safely. Looks like he's probably going to be okay. The 28 back there may have gotten into the 4 a little bit. Evan Perry, Aaron Trebig. Oh, they're getting into it. Wow, Evan Perry really overshot. As we're on Logan Wilson now, there in the 76. But hopping over, we're going to keep eyes on the leader because it's going to be changing here momentarily. Looks like Eli went around one more time. He's coming around. He's going to pit now. A lot of mix-up going on right now as a lot of cars are pitting. You can probably bet Trevor Haley is playing this smart. Trevor Haley there in the 12 Dark Horse car. We are up to lap 18, moving to 19. 25 will be the stage. Trevor Haley in first there with Corey Cook right behind him. Corey Cook pitted on lap 18. Looked like Trevor Haley, he was on a fuel strategy race. He had a little bit of a strategy going there, and he pitted on lap 13. Looking at Drift. Drift holding his position currently in fourth. Gary now back to fifth. Lap 20. Trevor Haley still in the lead with Corey Cook, Logan Wilson, Drift, Gary, John Precizzelli. Rounding out your top six with Brandon Showers, Brandon Hinton, Raul Alvis, Randy Showers, rounding out the top 10. Lap 21 is in the book. This is going to be really big. I do not see Juan Escamilla, our points leader, in the field tonight. Moving on to lap 22. Here's where Corey Cook, as he's trying to catch up to Trevor Haley. CCH versus DHR tonight. Looking at Randy Showers there in the Dr. Pepper 21. Currently in the cockpit with Randy Showers. We're going to move it up. We're going to jump up here with Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson right door to door. Justin Lee Pierce. Jerry Bergeron coming around on the high side right there with. Oh, and we got the 58 just bringing it up just in time right in front of Jerry Bergeron. As these two guys are running, they've ran plenty of laps together across many a different series. James Smith there. Trevor Haley, he's coming around. This is going to be for the stage. And Trevor Haley is going to take stage one for DHR there in the 12 car.
Kind of talk me through what's going on again.
Congratulations to Trevor Haley and DHR picking up another stage win. There's no team even close to have picked up near as many stages as the Dark Horse drivers. And currently Trevor Haley is currently, like I said earlier tonight, he's currently in third place in points and he's actually a race down in the standings, but due to all of his bonus points, I mean, he's already had 26 bonus points. He's picking up another 5 for that right there. And then with Juan Escamilla not in the field, it looks like that is going to be big, as both Nick Bauman and Trevor Haley are going to make some moves tonight, potentially really challenging Juan for that first place position going forward. But congratulations once again to Trevor Haley. As all these guys are going to be coming down pit road. Nice clean lines. We love to see when guys are driving professionally. See quite a few drivers. The 49, the 20, Eric Hayden in the 100, the 33, all getting laps back as we speak. So far, pretty clean on pit road. Right side tires specifically are really important here tonight in Michigan. So I'm sure most every one of these drivers are definitely taking tires, at least on the right side. So we did see Timothy Tyler there overshoot his pit just a little. Whoa, it looks like we got Eric Hayden getting turned around on pit road. We're going to go back and see if we can't see what just occurred there. Yeah, we're going to go back in the replay and see if we can't figure out what happened with Eric on pit road. Do believe that was Eric. It may not have been. It must not have been Eric. I thought that was Eric, but I guess it was not Eric. Ricky Miles coming out of the pits. Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson, it's like he's beat Trevor Haley out of the pit, and Trevor Haley will be starting second. So I have Logan Wilson, Trevor Haley, Gary, Tyler Gothard, Jacob Drift, Corey Cook, Brandon Showers, John Preciozelli, Raul Alvis, and Randy Showers will be rounding out your top 10 as we get ready to go back green here in a moment. Getting caught up on the chat, I see Great Racing Stamper, let's go Stamper. A lot of fans for Sean Stamper, as we like to call him, Shano. Logan Wilson really proving himself a contender tonight. Started in 5th, now in 1st. Trevor Haley right there on his high side, stage 1 winner. Pace car is in. Logan Wilson's going to be taking us back green right now.
Green flag.
And Logan is off. We're going to see if Logan's going to try to jump to the high side with the 78 there right behind him. And he does move high right there in front of Trevor Haley. Looks like we do have one slow car out on track. Just went through turn 3, so this lead pack is definitely going to catch him. And that is where a lot of issues tend to happen. As we see Trevor Haley now on the bottom with the 78 coming up behind the 76. We got Tyler Gothard along with Corey Cook moving in right now behind Trevor Haley, as Wilson really jumping out to a big lead. We're going to move over. We're going to take a look at Sean Stamper. Make sure we're showing love for the fans. Oh, we got the 78. Got into it with the 46. He's in the wall. Sean Stamper right there below Jim Sagridu, the voice of Highline Racing, as he's, like I said earlier, he's administering all the rules. That's the one voice all the drivers will know. So we're jumping on here with Nick Bauman. Nick Bauman struggling to get back to the front, currently in 22nd after starting in the second position. But you got to know, Nick Bauman is known to really fuel save. He's a very strategic driver, and at times he will just drop to the back, manage his fuel, and then be setting in first. A lot of times maybe back to top 5, but he'll be back up front, and he does it very intelligently. As we still got Trevor Haley now jumped out in front of the 76 of Logan. Tyler Gothard, man, the chat really said they were that Gothard would be a top 10 driver tonight. And from what we've seen so far, that is 100% accurate. Tyler started 9th. So he started in that window, and now he's currently in 5th. Right there with Randy Showers. If you forgot, the next stage is at lap 55. Bouncing around. Aaron Trebig not having quite the night as Tyler Gothard now. We had the chat telling us that both Aaron and Tyler would be top 10. Not saying it's not going to happen, because we know Aaron's a great driver. Recently signed with S&T Racing. Might be cruising in the back. Might be kind of playing a little bit of the battle of attrition. It's just not as vital tonight because we're not having tons of wrecks. So that is it's a good thing. But it may affect Aaron's strategy if he thought that was going to occur. Looking at John Miles of S&M in the 69. Started 39th, currently up 10 spots. I make that 11 spots now. Jerry Fassett up 5 spots from 30th. Jerry Fassett, AWR driver. Looking for old Eric Hayden, another AWR driver. He's only up 2 spots, probably taking it easy. Rao dropped back significantly with a lot of damage on the front end right now. Really slowed up his car. I'm going to have to use one of those fast repairs, Rao, for sure. We're back on board with Trevor Haley. Taking a look front and center with Dark Horse's elite Trevor Haley, with Corey Cook, Logan Wilson, Showers and Gothard, Brown, Brandon Showers, Craig Martin, and Drift. All right there, back to back, right behind Trevor Haley as he's leading this. Trevor Haley has got to be our lap leader now with 15 laps led. Nick Bauman, who dropped back a lot, he had 5. Probably going to start seeing some guys starting to consider hitting here shortly. It does look like that's going to be in the cards for Trevor Haley, as it looks like he's going to try to short pit it. More than likely try to link up with Nick Bauman, his teammate. As we're jumping back over on Corey Cook. Corey Cook in the 61 CCH car, currently leading with Logan Wilson and Randy Showers. Tyler Gothard right behind him. As we're coming up on lap 39. Hop in the cockpit here. Logan's coming down. Oh, drift getting all out of shape. Looks like he made it, though. See if anybody burns them tires coming out. So far, so good. Logan on the move. And we are 15 laps away from stage 2, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be a big shake-up in the standings with see who got around that track quicker and who's going to be in the lead. On the gearbox with Matthew Brown. Matthew Brown currently running third. Bouncing it around. Corey Cook in the lead. But Corey's got one car right in front of him. That will be a lap car. As we're currently in gyro with Corey. Tyler Gothard in the 19 Lucas oil car right behind him. Really, really impressed with Tyler Gothard's performance tonight. We apologize. We were still in the replay cam. Taking a look at top 10 now. Corey Cook, Tyler Gothard, Matthew Brown, Brandon Showers, Larry Eddie Smith. That's James Smith in the 35. Oh, and we now are seeing, the 63 struggling to get under speed. Looks like he may have made it as we're watching the 61 CCH driver. Corey Cook coming in, see if he makes a decent pit. Oh, I looks like he's going to be all right. Looks like he's going to be okay. At first, I thought he might have overshot. But this is going to throw a mix in things, as we're going to see who's going to wind up out in front through all of this. Currently, Matthew Brown of SMT, but it looks like he's coming into pit road with Tyler Gothard. Whoa, Tyler looks like he was possibly over the speed limit right there. Not sure. He might have been below. We're going to jump over on Nick Bauman as we're 10 laps to go from stage 2. We're still getting an indication of Matthew Brown. Now it's changing as all these guys are starting to make moves coming out of pits with 10 laps to go to stage 2. Right here on the Highline Racing Network. Corey Cook back out. Trevor Haley right behind him. Corey Cook with a pit time of 6.28 seconds. So we're going to see what Trevor Haley's was. Trevor Haley 6.3, so that really helped Corey. Logan Wilson, who was running up front with a much slower pit, 2-second differential there between our top two. Another guy running up front there, Craig Martin. Ooh, he had an even bigger 12-second. He probably took all tires. Mark Jackson had an exceptional time at 6.3. Randy Showers, wow, 10.9. But we're back on board with our leader. Now we're going to roll crank it up for just a few. Let you guys get a feel for the track. Feel that bass as these cars come by. Oh, we got the 49 involved in something back there. We are coming up on lap 50.
Have a caution, caution, caution. Guys, let's get some rags and clean this mess up here. Coming into the box is the part that I'm mainly concerned about.
Does look like Corey Cook took our stage just like in normal rookie fashion. We were not... Well, we were paying attention to our lap significantly, but we're so used to running cautions at 55. We let 50 jump up and sneak up on us. So we're going to back this up and get a good look at Corey Cook. Trying to get it to lock in. We really want to get good eyes on that since we missed it. It's not wanting to give us our camera angle we want. It does look like potentially SDK is going crazy at the moment. We still have not been able to get good eyes on that win. Well, it looks like it's starting to stabilize, so we might be able to get it now. Well, for some reason, we're not getting the view we want. So we're going to have to re-look at that later. But for some reason, the program is glitching out and not allowing us to get good view of that stage. But taking a look at our top 10, we're going to be starting back green with Corey Cook, Brandon Showers, Logan Wilson, Randy Showers, Trevor Haley, Mark Jackson, Craig Martin, Nick Bauman, Matthew Brown, and John Petrozelli. For all intents and purposes, it does appear as for the most part, this has been a pretty solid race. We've had a few guys getting into each other, but nothing serious. Nothing, so far, nothing to the point that we really need to really focus on. The pace car's in. We're going back green with Corey Cook on the move. We had a very late flag there for some reason. Not Corey's fault. He was completely out of the start zone. Corey with the Marconi setup shop on the side of the 61 CCH car with Brandon Showers there in the 28 Ford right behind him. It looks like he's considering making a move. Seeing Trevor Haley and Randy Showers right behind Brandon. Mark Jackson rounding out your top 5 there in the 3 car. Nick Bauman on the inside in the 88. Craig Martin back there in the 22. Logan Wilson has dropped back now to 10th. He might be taking it easy. Aaron Trebig taking a look at him right now at 200 miles an hour. He's up 10 spots as he's coming up quick on the back end there of the 47, driven by Brian Hayes. Jumping over here to Randy Schweitzer. Trying to get good eyes on Randy. Randy getting passed below by Jerry Bassett. Randy Schweitzer of RSI Broadcasting does a lot of broadcasting for the S&M iRacing Motorsports Series on the hosted races nightly. Check out RSI Broadcasting with Randy Schweitzer of S&M iRacing Motorsports. Michael Jennings. We've been looking. We're going to have to keep an eye out for Michael Jennings' teammate, Brian Hebard. I haven't seen him tonight. John Curley, iRacing Lounge Podcast, back here, currently running 32nd. Ricky Miles right behind him. Brandon New in the 25. Looks like he's actually in the 2 car. Jumping back on board with our leaders. We need to get that chat livened up. We just found out that 19 got a speeding penalty a little bit ago going into pit road. That's one of those penalties you will have to serve, as we're now 18 laps to go with Corey Cook leading the way. Nick Bauman, Brandon Showers, Trevor Haley, Randy Showers, Craig Martin, Mark Jackson. Oh my goodness, as the 28 is going around hard. We're definitely going to have to see that.
Caution's out. Can you look at those temps real quick, bud?
We are going back to see the Brandon Showers wreck for sure, with the caution out. Let's see if we can't get down to business here and see exactly what just happened to Brandon. Oh, he just got loose. He just got loose. May have overcorrected. Snatched the wheel. Oh. Somebody else gets into him there. Mark Jackson obviously involved. We're going to get eyes on Mark real quick. Mark there in the 3 car. Looks like he was a casualty of all of that, as he took front end damage, spun him around. Really want to see who it was that came back through right there and hit. Not sure who that was. But yeah, we saw Brandon just potentially just lost it there. May have overcorrected, really threw that car out of balance. And away he goes for one of our few big wrecks tonight. As we're back live, and the good news is we didn't forget to take us back to our live screen. As with everybody pitting and 16 laps to go, it does appear outside of the green-white checkers, we may have, these guys may be able to stay out after this. So far, nothing significant going on down on pit lane. Nick Bauman's on the move. Trevor Haley, 2 dark horse drivers out quick. Logan Wilson still in the pits. Craig Martin, Corey Cook. A lot of top-notch drivers out now. As Nick Bauman is probably going to be up in the front right with Tyler Gothard and Jim Segredo. Looks like with Tyler Gothard, this is definitely a fuel strategy choice for him right now. I think he should have went ahead and pitted. His last pit was at lap 51. So he's not going to be able to stay out too long before needing to pit again. So top 10 right now, as we're 15 laps to go before we're going to see that checkered. Minus any of the green-white checkers, but we got Tyler Gothard, Nick Bauman, Trevor Haley, John Princezelli, Corey Cook, Craig Martin, Matthew Brown, Brandon Hinton, Logan Wilson, and Brandon New. Rounding out your top 10 is Brandon New is currently up 32 positions. We definitely got to get eyes on him. Started in 42nd position, currently in the top 10. Brandon New, hat off to you, man. Really curious as to why Tyler elected to stay out there. This very well could be a costly move for Tyler, but we shall see. At the end of the day, sometimes guys will roll the dice on the pit strategy and go for broke, if you will. I kind of feel like Tyler's kind of done that when I don't think he needed to, if you will. So we'll see what happens, though. Tyler's proven himself to be a much better driver than I. So we shall see if his method is going to pay off for him, as the pace car is in. And Tyler is going to be taking us back green with Trevor Haley right behind him. And Nick Bauman up high as the green flag is out. And we are off with 14 laps to go in Michigan. Tyler Gothard in the lead, battling right now against 2 dark horse drivers, Nick Bauman and Trevor Haley. Trevor Haley gives the Lucas Oil car a bump, but Nick Bauman is really on the move. Picked up a tremendous run along with Logan Wilson as he's blaring in right there on the bottom side. So we had a quick mix-up in the top 10 as Trevor Haley is getting into it there with the 5. Now he's got Randy Showers right behind him. These two guys have ran a lot of laps together, so they will be more than likely teaming up. That is Trevor Haley and Randy Showers. Well, we're down to 12 laps to go. So we're going to hit it up one more time with the crank it up. We got eyes on James Smith. James Smith. We're surprised James Smith hasn't really pushed hard to battle up to the front. We know James Smith has a lot of experience running at Michigan. One of the best Gen 6 drivers I personally know. A lot of respect for James Smith. Glad he's out here. Hoping to see him team up with John Miles and Jerry Fassett. Try to push those guys to the front. Oh, we seen the 69 going around. As we're back on live with our leader, Nick Bauman. We do expect, after John Miles may have saved that, because we don't have an indication of him wrecking. But we do have an indication of him going into pit lane. So we shall see. As Nick Bauman is dominating currently up front. Nick Bauman now with 13 laps led. Nick Bauman currently holding 183 with 8 laps to go. We're going to go on board with him.
There will be a caution. Left, same fuel.
The caution is out. So it does look like we get our caution possibly for the John Miles incident. So we are going to go back and see if we can't get eyes on it. John Miles has been having a lot of issues recently with connectivity. Looks like he might have got a bump from... Looks like he may have gotten a bump there by Justin Lee Pearson. Well, as we're getting ready to go back green, looks like some of these guys, yeah, we're watching Tyler Gothard. He had to go down pit road. See if there's any issues with these guys. We are 6 laps to go. Tyler with a great pit stop, it looks like. Gonna definitely take rights. See Randy Schweitzer and Trevor Haley out on pit road. They're moving. Trevor Haley's pitting in. Schweitzer heading out right there behind Gothard. Get eyes on Trebig here. Trebig out on track. Currently 15. So we'll see if he's able to maintain. Still looking to see him move up into the top 10. Jump over here is the fan favorite, Sean Stamper. Looking for Sean. Sean currently in 25th after starting 17th. So we'll see if Sean here in the end is really going to muster up the courage and the will to push forward into that top 10. That's the goal we would be setting if we were his spotter, if we were on his team as crew chief. We'd be like, hey man, right now a top 10 would be outstanding. Got eyes on Justin Lee Pearson as well. Dustin Lee Pearson, another one that really we expected to see up in the top 5. So we'll see what he does here shortly, as he is a new AWR driver, as we got a glimpse of it as he went by there on the rear end of that car. As we're watching here, we got Nick Bauman on the bottom, Corey Cook, Matthew Brown, Logan Wilson, Craig Martin, Brandon Hinton, John Petrozelli, Randy Showers, Larkin Wyatt, and Jerry Bergeron rounding out your top 10 with 5 laps to go right here in Michigan on the Highline Racing Network. We shall see what is going to happen. So far this year, it's been dark horse driven between Ethan Moreno, Juan Escamilla. Those guys have been just dominating. Neither one of them made it into the race tonight. So they left, they put all the weight on the shoulders of Nick Bauman and Trevor Haley to really push and keep the dark horse name in the front. Pace car is in. We're going to be going green with 4 laps to go. Right now, Nick Bauman leading it back as we are off. Matthew Brown in the Coke 9 right behind Nick Bauman. CCH 61 there on the high side still, as Nick Bauman is making his move with Matthew Brown trying to get in the mix of it. One of SMT's top drivers. Oh, we got the CCH going around. The CCH is wrecked. The CCH just wrecked. We have got to get eyes on the 61 and see what just happened with Corey Cook, as we're about to take this back old school. All right, we've got it on Corey now. So let's see. Oh, he just gets into it with the 76 and the 5. We're going to take it back one more time in a different angle. But it definitely got into it with 2 cars there. We got it down into quarter speed as we're watching Corey right here. He's going to come up just and cuts the nose of Logan Wilson, which throws him off, which sends him down, making contact there with Hinton in that 5 car, which did it in. Petrozelli taking serious nose damage off of that as well. Definitely fast repairs in the future for both of these cars. Backing that up one more time, I want to see. It looked like we might have seen another car getting into something at 12. Looks like Trevor Haley. So we're going to get on board with Trevor Haley right here and take a look at what he had as well. Looks like he's getting into it with Eric Hayden. So as we see it here, looks like Eric washes up just a tiny bit. Maybe Trevor came down just a little as well. Hits him on that left rear inside there. It looks like the quarter panel turns him into the 49, and then it's just bad luck once again for Trevor Haley at the end of a race. Trevor Haley was leading most all the laps last week in Las Vegas, and then towards the end gets caught up, wasn't able to overcome it, and did not win the race. We shall see what happens tonight, but it does look like that's going to be it's going to probably result in Trevor Haley of Dark Horse in the 12 car starting in the back, as we are on green, white, checkered. We're back on our live cam. So taking us back green will be Nick Bauman in first. Craig Martin, Matthew Brown, Brandon Hinton, Logan Wilson, Larkin Wyatt, Randy Showers, Brandon New, Jerry Bergeron, and Andrew Ford jumping into the top 10. Andrew there in the 32 DuPont. Matthew Brown jumped in chat with us as we were getting things situated earlier, and well, I can tell you this, he is eager. You know, Nick Bauman has yet to pick up his first win in the Highline League, but Matthew Brown has not gotten one yet either. As the pace car is in, we're going to see what happens as these two guys are known to battle. Nick Bauman taking us back green with Craig Martin right behind him.
Green.
And we're off. It's the National Card 88's getting turned. What did I tell you? Just like that.
Caution somewhere. How's it driving there, homie?
Just like that. Nick Bauman and Matthew Brown. Oh, James Smith. All these guys caught up in it. John Curley, Evan Perry, Michael Jennings, Tyler Gothard is in it. Wow, we're going to go back and take a good look at this. All right, so it's just as we're starting to go, we're going to switch up the cam here, and we're going to go quarter speed. So we're going to kind of see what happens. It looks like Matthew Brown has come down some. It definitely looks like from that angle that more than likely we're going to take it into this angle and bring it back just a little. See it from one more angle, see if we can't point, see if we can't make our own judgment as to who's at fault of that one, as the first and second place leaders are going to the back probably. Nick Bauman's at the bottom. Yep. Trevor Haley. I'm sorry, not Trevor Haley, but Matthew Brown came down and hit him. He had his tires on the white line. Looking at James Smith right here as well. Looks like James Smith got caught up in it right there at the end. See if we can't get eyes on James. James, it looks like it's just going to be collateral damage. Just trying to get by on the bottom as Matthew Brown is coming down out of control right into the nose of James Smith. That's definitely a fast repair for James. That is unfortunate. Still under caution. We wanted to see Tyler Gothard and how he got caught up in that. So we're going to take this and see. Tyler Gothard there in the 19 Lucas Oil. See how he got caught up in this. Oh, he gets into the back end of the 24. Around he goes into the 5, into pit row with Michael Jennings sliding in on him. See if we can't catch one more. We had Randy Schweitzer. Randy Schweitzer there in the John Deere 78. Looked like he was going to make it. It just closed in on him right there. Jerry Fassett, Sean Stamper involved. A lot of guys. That was our biggest wreck of the night for sure. I can only imagine right now, Nick Bauman is probably still yelling in the ear of Trevor Haley in a Dark Horse Discord somewhere. I feel bad for you, Trevor, because I know Nick is upset. Well, it looks like we're going to be going back green here shortly. We're on 79, moving to lap 80. James Smith looks like he was going around getting his lap back. Logan Wilson back in the lead. Not sure how many laps he may have led, but we're definitely going to find out right now. He's led 7 laps. But our top 10 as we're getting ready to go back green. Pace car is in. Logan Wilson and Craig Martin up front, taking us back green as we speak with Randy Showers and Brandon Hinton. As we're off, Logan Wilson on it. He's more than likely going to come up high as he's starting to drift up as he's leading his way in, getting ready for his entry into turn 1 with Randy Showers and Craig Martin, Brandon Hinton, Jerry Bergeron, Larkin Wyatt, Larry Eddy, Brandon New, Andrew Ford, and Drift of MOTD rounding out your top 10. Man, and Logan Wilson is on fire.
Caution's out.
Caution is
Hey, man,
out.
your mic sounds like it's a little far away from your mouth again. Just double check that for us, please.
Not sure what just happened. What has caused that caution? But it looks like it's going to involve the 78. So we're going to take it back and see if we can't figure it out. Oh, yeah. Trying to get eyes. It does look like that's probably... Let's see. Let's switch our camera angle real quick. Take it back just a little bit. Really trying to make sure we don't call the name. But that is James Jepson and Randy Schweitzer, 2 S&M teammates. And let's see what transpires right here, as well as Sean Stamper just up there off the nose of his teammate, James Jepson. So let's see what transpires. Take this at quarter speed. Randy's moving up into about the middle lane here. with Jerry Fassett there on his high side. Looks like Jerry Fassett has got his roof number on backwards. Not sure if he knows that. But watching right here, we're going to see, does Matthew Brown push Jepson up into Randy? It does not look like it. It looks like Randy, back this up just a little. Yeah, it looks like Randy got into him as James Jepson was coming up. And neither driver willing to give. And these guys are going around. Well, wow, we have had some serious changes throughout the course ever since our stage 2. A lot of drivers have gotten restless, even teammates locked door to door, not willing to have any give or take there. And as a result, those guys are going around. Get good eyes on our field here in just a second, as we're looking at Logan Wilson. So we got Logan Wilson, Craig Martin, Randy Showers, Brandon Hinton, Jared Bergeron, Larkin Wyatt, Larry Eddy, Brandon New, Jacob Gladelich, also known as Drift, and Andrew Ford rounding out your top 10. Justin Lee Pearson looks like he's trying to make moves as he's moving up into 14th.
Green flag.
And we are back green with Logan Wilson leading the way. Randy Showers right behind him. Craig Martin, Jerry Bergeron. We've got an indication of a Justin Lee Pearson crash. So we may see caution. Pearson is in the pits now. Looks like white flag is going to drop. This is going to be it with Logan Wilson in the lead. Logan Wilson right there with Randy Showers. Randy Showers making a move on the inside. He's taking the lead. Randy Showers is taking the lead in the 21 Dr. Pepper car. They're coming out of 3. It looks like Randy Showers is going to end up taking it. Randy Showers will win right here in Michigan tonight in the 21 Dr. Pepper car. Wow, I cannot believe how he just sat back and just flew past Logan there. That was insane. Congratulations to Randy Showers. Oh my. He is going to be through the roof with this win here in Michigan tonight. Wow. Randy Showers Getting a little love tap bump from the 22s. That's a respect bump right there, people, if you don't know. That's not a disrespectful bump. That's driver showing love as you see the 5 coming up, giving him that tap as well. More than likely, we're going to see the 78. He's going to give it to him, but he gave him a bigger one. That one was a love tap, but in a little bit of frustration at the same time. There he goes as he's burning it down. We'll see. Give him a few as he's out here burning it down. And then we're going to take it back real quick and take a look at it one more time as Randy Showers coming in, taking it down, getting the win. His son's back there in the 28, celebrating with him with another top 10 finish. Looking at it, though, get our results up. Randy Showers, Craig Martin, Brandon Hinton, Gary, Larry Eddy, Jerry Bergeron, Andrew Ford, Trevor Haley, Corey Cook, and Brandon Showers rounding out your top 10 with AWR's Brian Hayes, Logan Wilson, Jim Sagredo, Sean Stamper, and Eli Zallo with your top 15 with John Miles, Evan Perry, Merrick Hayden, Randy Schweitzer, Timothy Tyler, John Curley, Jerry Fassett, Ricky Miles, Tyler Gothard, Nick Bauman, rounding out your top 25. So we're going to see if we can't go back here and get eyes on the finish. We definitely want to get eyes on this finish one more time. So we're going to take this full speed, but we're going to take it back just a little bit more. And we're going to watch the move that Randy puts on him here. Watching it there, that's where Randy takes him. And then from there, it's all Randy Showers. And that'll do it. He just made a good move there, but it looks like maybe Logan might have ran out of gas. I do believe he ran out of gas before the start finish. Logan Wilson runs out of gas, which ultimately proves, fatal for him. He went from leading, drops back to 12th place. We're going to go over and look at a Michael Jennings crash, and then we're going to get over and see if we can't get the end of the race, the end of the race interview with Randy for sure. But here you got Jennings and the Frosted Flakes, Fassett up high. Oh, they just get into each other, Tyler Gothard and him, and around he goes. Really unfortunate for Tyler. Tyler ends up 24th, ran top 5 all night, ends up all the way in the back in 24th. Wow. Well, we're going to get back over and see if we can't get a word in with our winner tonight of Randy Showers. All right. Well, we got Randy Showers. He's our winner. And we got Craig Martin second. We don't have Brandon Hinton. So we're going to get Craig Martin in here first before we get a talk with our leader. Craig, you're in the booth. You got comms?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, man. So through it all, a big wreck there at the end. Well, not so much a big wreck at the end, but it looks like Logan ran out of gas and Randy flies by. You guys all do. But give us your tell of the tape there on that last lap and how you end up pulling in second place.
Yeah, it was pretty lucky that Logan ran out of gas. I mean, unfortunate for him, but I was just happy with third. But I saw him sputter. I'm like, okay, I've got a chance here. I'll just whip around him and claim second. But yeah, Randy was doing a great job out there. And Logan was, I mean, I wasn't beating him at that point. I think I maybe abused the tires a little bit too much, so I didn't have too much left.
Yeah, it was definitely easy. I did a lot of laps getting ready for this race, and very easy to burn up those right side tires out here trying to put up fast laps. But ultimately, you know, you come in as a Masters of the Draft driver as well as an All-American Cup driver and now a podium finisher in the Highline Racing League, man. Congratulations. And the floor's yours. Give a shout out, and we're going to go talk to the leader.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks very much, Tommy. I always appreciate your broadcast, and you do a great job. And definitely shout out to my family. And I know my dad's going to be watching this one, so definitely a shout out to him. And hope everybody had a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in a couple days. And yeah, hope you had a great night watching us.
Yes, sir. Congratulations again, man. We will talk to you.
Thanks, Tommy.
Randy Showers, you're in the booth. You got comps?
You got it. You can pull Trevor up here if you want to.
All right, we'll pull Trevor in.
Trevor wanted to come up with me.
All right, we got Randy Showers in here as well as Trevor Haley, but let's start with Trevor Haley. Trevor Haley's obviously got a bone to pick or give us something. So let's hear from you first, Trevor. What do you got? Good comms, Trevor. Looks like Trevor may have stepped away, so we're going to just jump right over to our winner, Randy Showers. Logan Wilson runs out of gas. Did you realize he ran out of gas initially, or did you not? Or you not sure what was happening as you were able to just fly past him there? Hello? Do we got comms from Randy? Randy Showers.
There we go.
There we go. There you are. You got us still?
Yep, I got comms.
All right. I don't know what all you heard there, but we didn't have comms with Trevor there for a second, so we're talking to you, and we were asking, did you initially realize that Logan Wilson ran out of gas when you were able to just fly past him the way you did?
I knew that him and the 22 were going to be close on fuel, but I wasn't sure, and I had just a half a lap.
You had a half
to
a lap
go
to the good.
Half a lap to the good. Yep. So I knew it was going to be close for them. So I was hoping that he wasn't going to be in front of me when he'd run out. So, but yeah, I did see that he started sputtering there a little bit. And then in turn 4 there, I seen him really dropping.
Yeah, I bet your eyes just got big as you were coming barreling down towards that finish line to pick up your first win in the Highline Racing Network, man. And you got your son out here tonight, also pulling in a top 10, actually finishing 10th place in Brandon Showers, driving in the 28 car tonight. So ultimately, it was a big night for the Showers family. congratulations, and the floor is yours to give shout outs, whatever you got, man. It's all you.
Yeah, it was a really good race tonight. I started way in the back, didn't have a good qualifying. I do feel bad for Nick. It's a damn shame. Every time that guy's in position to get that dub, something always happens.
Yep,
And
Trevor
then,
too.
yeah, Trevor was up there too. He was contention, and he got caught up in something. And then Brandon there, he got loose running up front there, smacked the wall, and he flew right over me. I couldn't believe it. So I escaped that. That was probably the closest call for me all night. But yeah, shout out to Dark Horse Racing for letting me hang with them all the time. Those guys are, awesome racers, and like I said, to hang with them each week and share information with each other, it's truly a blessing.
Yes, sir. It definitely is, man. And we're gonna get Trevor Haley in here. And once again, man, congratulations, and so happy to see you get the win tonight. And we look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks, Tommy. Like I said, it feels good to get that dub in here. A lot of good racers in here. And they're hard to come by. So appreciate everything you do.
Yes, sir. Be on the lookout, man, because you're the winner right here in Michigan. So you're gonna have a big part in the Highline Racing show this week. So keep your eye out for that.
I showed you what my game plan was for today.
Yes, you did. All right, man. We'll talk to you.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
All right, we got Trevor Haley and points leader Juan Escamilla in the live broadcast. Do you guys have comms?
Yeah, I got you. I think Discord's having issues.
It may have. But we got you in the booth. We seen that you were one of the top lap leaders. You may actually have been the lap leader of the race. We're going to go back and verify that here in a little bit. But, give us your tale of the tape.
Yeah, it was a good race overall. I didn't qualify where I wanted to, but I worked my way up front. I did some pit strategy to get the lead after the pit stop and was able to get stage 1. And then stage 2, I was able to get second. And then I got door checked by the 42 car on the restart, which cost me like 10 spots. And then I got wrecked twice after that.
Yeah, for the most part.
And overcame all that and got 8th. So.
Yeah, looking at most of the race, specifically through stage 2, we didn't have many wrecks, and we didn't have many wrecks at all. But we definitely didn't have any. We didn't have many wrecks with multiple cars in it, I should say. We had a few guys getting into it, losing control, but for the most part, it was relatively clean. There towards the end, though, we definitely had a couple big wrecks. Nick Bauman. I know he was probably. I just need to know: was Nick Bauman screaming and cussing when?
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Yes, absolutely, and rightfully so.
Yeah, we watched it on tape. He had his tires on the white line, and because at first I thought, well, maybe he came up a little, but after seeing his tires on the white line, Matthew Brown definitely came down too much, caught him, turned him, wrecked himself as well, and my heart broke for Nick because I know Nick's wanting to probably make it on the show as a winner instead of a dancer.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is that side draft don't work at load speeds. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll leave it at that. I'll let the viewers draw their conclusions, but yeah, it's overall. Even though we had a lot of mishaps, I even missed the race. I forgot to register in time. But even though with all these mishaps, Dark Horse still pull out the victory for tonight.
Yeah, more than likely, Tim Tyler is looking at a potential fine for you, Juan, for missing the race. Apparently you were playing video games or something along those lines. Ended up missing the start of the race, missing the registration. So more than likely you got a hefty fine coming your way, but I'm sure those Dark Horse drivers, they can cover that no problem, huh?
Yeah, Trevor got me. Don't you, Trevor?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, W.
All right, man. Well, I got looks like Jerry Fassett in the waiting room. He wants to say a few words, so we'll get him up here, get you guys back down. Appreciate you guys coming in here, racing, all of your leadership and guidance. Nothing but the finest words for Dark Horse, guys. And this is your last chance, Trevor. If you want to give a shout out to anybody, now's the time, and then we'll get Jerry in here.
Yeah, shout out to Randy, man. Me and Nick got screwed, and Randy, came through and got us a win for Dark Horse. So big shout out to him, and shout out to everybody watching, and shout out to you for streaming and setting all this up. And yeah.
And me doing the pink sleeves. Thank you.
Thank you,
Trevor.
All right, guys. Thanks. We'll get you guys back down.
Thank you.
Jerry Fassett of Blind Squirrel Media. You got comms?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
Well, we seen you in chat, so we figured maybe you had a bone to pick. So we got you in here before we take it to our ending screen. So, what do you got for us, Jerry? Give us your take. Give us your 2 cents, if you will.
Well, tonight was one of those nights that I just sucked. I couldn't even smell the front, let alone anything else. And I was just trying to get the lowdown on what happened with Nick there, because he kind of come over to the radio on comms and was a little irate, and I didn't catch who he was talking about. So,
well, I could probably
just congratulate Randy.
Well, I could probably assure you it was during the restart. He was in first place on the bottom. Matt Brown was in second above him. And we go green, and Matt comes down as if he's going to side draft Nick. Nick's got his tires on the white line, and Matt hits him, turns him, wrecks Nick and himself. That's basically what happened. So I can assure you, anybody in that situation would have been highly upset. I'm sure Matt Brown is upset with his mistake as well. I'm sure he did not by any means do that on purpose, wrecking himself while in second place there. But a vital mishap right there in the end of the race. Proves crucial for Dark Horse as well as SMT. But ultimately, Randy Showers comes through with the win. Jim Segredo, though, and Brian Hayes both finishing just outside of the top 10. Two of your teammates.
They had a good run. Yep, they had a good run. Yeah, I wasn't sure what happened up front. All I seen was a little bit of smoke. It was kind of hard to see when I was all the way back in like 28th. It's a long way to the front.
Yes, indeed. Well, from our
I think Brian wants to speak at you.
Go ahead, sorry.
I think Brian wants to speak at you before you jump off, so you might want to pull him up.
All right. Well, let's get him up here with us real quick.
All right.
All right, we got the whole gang up here now. We got Brian Hayes, Jerry Fassett, and Jim Segredo, 3 admins for the Highline Racing Network, as well as teammates for AWR, Angry Wife Racing. We got word that maybe Brian, if you're in here, you want to maybe say a few words. What you got?
Yeah, just wanted to shout out to the broadcast tonight. What a good job he did.
Well, I can tell you this right now, man. Once you go back and you watch the broadcast, you're going to see where I messed up significantly. I mean, some of the biggest snafus you could do from the broadcasting industry. I miss the start of the race. I missed a stage because so used to running the 55 laps at S&M. In my mind, I was thinking 55, and was getting prepared for 55 when indeed our stage 2 was at lap 50. So 2 major mess ups on my behalf tonight. So you guys will make fun of me for that, just as I'm sure you guys are going to make fun of Matt Brown for wrecking himself, and Nick Bauman there at the end. Sorry, Matt, but you know we like to poke fun. We like to have fun. It's all love. Jim Segrito, the Jets in here, the voice of Highline Racing Network. Give us your tale of the tape, if you don't mind.
I'll tell you what, from an admin perspective, it was very smooth tonight. We were all on our P's and Q's tonight. The racing, I thought, was pretty good for the most part. Had made a couple mistakes on my part that kind of set me back and had to start in the back a little bit, make my way back up. But, I don't want to speak for Jerry and Brian, but for my race, it was okay. From an admin point, it was very smooth.
Well, I can tell you right now, we had a few little mishaps there within the first 50 laps or so. Mostly single car stuff, nothing big. We had our bigger ones towards the end, which is typically what you expect to see. But ultimately, I feel like if you look around the field tonight, a lot of names that we all recognize from different series that we run in, guys that we see in the MOTD, guys in the S&M, guys in All-American Cup, all these different guys coming from different factions of iRacing into one race, and it proved successful for the most part. A lot of these great drivers, they drove well, they drove hard, they drove fast, they were entertaining. At the end of the day, eventually the broadcaster is going to get his act together and not make vital mistakes like he did. I spent a lot of time figuring out how to set myself up for success so I didn't have the issue with knowing which lap everybody was on. I fixed that today. It worked great, and then I still messed it up. So,
well, I mean, Tommy, I'll tell you, man. I would say it's a credit though to what the Highline Racing League is all about, right? Experienced drivers like Dark Horse Racing, like SMT, like S&M, like AWR, against some of the more inexperienced drivers who don't typically race these type of tracks, and us learning from each other. And it equals some fun action out there every single race. So, a credit to this league and its overall diversity of experienced drivers, inexperienced drivers, and how we come together and have some fun Sunday nights.
Yes, sir. Well, we'll get this back over to Brian real quick. And Brian, if anybody doesn't know, Brian Hayes, AWR driver, that was running in the 47 car tonight. We're going to let you give us the last word, or at least your shout out before we go to our ending screen.
Yeah, I had a top 10 going until I overdrove the last corner. I had a incident early on with the car. Thought it could have given me a little space early on, but decided not to. That's his prerogative. We battled back for a top 11. It was a strong running. Like Jim said, you had a guy in the top 5 with a 1571 rating. It just goes to show that you don't got to be at 2200 or 3000 to win these races or run up front.
Absolutely not. There's a lot of guys out there that are heavily focused on the officials that are going to drive that IR rating, up and down. But what people fail to realize is a good portion of the drivers primarily run in the hosted sessions, and that's where a lot of guys really have honed in their skills. And then when they can get out there and they can race hard and without, suffering the loss of their licenses, you tend to see a lot of guys racing harder. There are more wrecks, but at the same time, it is great for the industry. It's great for the races, and each one of these guys are just getting better and better. The races are better and better, and but yeah, we're coming up on our time. So I think I'm going to get you guys back down. We're going to get this over to the ending screen. It's a new ending screen that I made today. Check it out as we're getting ready to go to it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Tommy.
Have a great night, Tommy.
We'll see you guys. We're out.
See y'all next week.
is a vein, speeding like a dark horse. Nothing can contain me. Head open pause. Every race I'm taking, you know what I leave the coast. Counting all the wins, it's me they love the most. Watch me wiggle, watch me jiggle. I'm the king now.